Could we have done some things differently? Oh, yeah.
Definitely, yeah. But we learned from this move and we'll definitely be better on the next one. Hopefully this gives you an idea if you are planning to move out of California.
Halfway across the country.
Halfway across the country. So for today's video, we're gonna talk about how much it costs us to move out of California.
The situation really applies to us, as in how much it cost us moving our stuff from a home that we were selling. The total cost involved not only with moving everything, but getting our house ready to sell, and all of that included. Everything under the sun.
Everything that we remembered that we spent, and we actually made a list, that way we don't forget.
Yeah. We're gonna go over that list with you, just you know, for anybody else
who's planning to move out of California as well, to give you an idea.
Yeah, and all this stuff varies. Like, you know, we went to Oklahoma, so that's halfway across the US. If someone's moving just a state over, obviously
I guess it would be
maybe more worth it, but
less cheap, like cheaper.
It would be, yeah, much more cheaper, but because of the how far it was, really played into the expense of everything. Yes, we'll get into it.
Yeah. For those of you who are new here, so we are from California homeowners, and then we move out of state. So we actually moved to North Carolina, but we moved our stuff to Oklahoma since his family lives there.
Yeah.
So this is the breakdown of the expenses that we did.
The first trip was just my truck and trailer, and that alone was $1,000 worth of gas. That's we'll compute this a little bit later, but hotels and food and everything else involved. This is just the gas expense. Yeah.
So that's our first trip, him driving our truck with a trailer. So the next trip would be the U-Haul, which we have two options. The first option was Buhay, which is
about $6,000 one way, and then I would have had to bought a plane ticket, which at the time from Tulsa back to Sacramento would have been about $450, and then that includes you pay for your own gas with U-Haul, so it would have been about $1,000 worth of gas just from California
to Oklahoma.
The second option was you rent it by the day, which is $50 by the day, and then you pay for per mile and gas, which is what we opted out to do because it came out to just shy of $4,000. So we were able to save a few $1,000s doing that, but it ate up a lot of time with having to drive there and back.
So with the U-Haul per day, it's actually like $49.95, and we rented it for like 10 days, plus the mileage, which is like another $0.99 per mile. So from California to Oklahoma, it's 1,674 miles. So the total going California to Oklahoma and then Oklahoma to California is 3,348. 10 days, that's equal to 499.50. The 10 days plus the per mile is 3,814.
Yeah.
And then that's not including gas, which the U-Haul gas, like going back and forth, is $2,000.
Yeah.
Which is a total of what he said is 5,814.
Yeah. Which saved us
about $2,000.
Yeah, saved us about $2,000.
Yeah, if we did the first option, it saved us $2,000, like give and take, I guess.
Yeah. We chose U-Haul. Well, U-Haul is all across the US, and I called the other companies, and everything was basically the same exact
About
price.
the same.
Most importantly, where we were living in California, there was a U-Haul place right down the street, and it was just the easiest to get to. I mean, but I did call the other companies like Penske and all the other stuff. It was all basically the same price.
And also, you've been using U-Haul too when you
I've always used U-Haul, and again, there's always a place like to pick up and drop off. So many locations now.
So I guess it's like more convenient for us to use the U-Haul anyways.
Yeah. One option we had was you could hire a company to come and pack up your house, and then they'd move it for you. And that was about the same price as a U-Haul. The reason why I didn't want to go with that is because there's horror stories of people's stuff getting stolen. So we just didn't want to. We didn't want to deal with it. Yeah. I mean, mom moved and had people move her stuff, and stuff was broken. So I figured if we moved all of our own stuff and we broke something, I couldn't be mad at anybody but myself. So
yeah, I've seen a lot of people actually like moving out of state too, and then they just hire a company to do it. Some of them have good experience, some of them like
broken stuff and missing stuff,
got their stuff stolen. So we go ahead and did it ourselves too, even though it's kind of like more inconvenient.
It is definitely more inconvenient. Yeah,
it's definitely more inconvenient for us, but we don't want to have our stuff stolen too. So
or broken, because we had a lot of stuff, TVs and everything that would.
And it's our stuff, so you're gonna take care of it.
Yeah,
exactly. Like you have more care for your stuff. The next one would be like my husband took off work for about like maybe more than 2 weeks
total. Since we decided to start moving, and then when we actually moved, total I took off about a whole month worth of work over a 3-month period. 2 weeks at one time, and then I took off randomly for different stuff in the middle of all of that as well. Because
we started moving like, is it January? February, March, like those first quarter of the year. We just like be moving stuff. So he took off work so he doesn't get paid when he doesn't work, so that costs a lot of money as well. And we actually didn't like calculated that in. So that's, I guess, one of our mistakes too that we did. And then after that, we rented storage unit, which is $190 per month. And then also we did the U-Haul in Oklahoma, which doesn't really like cost that much, since it's just around the town, I guess. So just in one town, so it's only like costs us $50. But
the hotels total since we started moving, about $1,000.
Maybe less or more. But we will like say it's about 1,000. And then for the food, we'll say like about 400. Since we stayed in a hotel, we don't really have like place to cook as well, so we would just like eat out.
Have to eat out.
Sometimes we would eat out, and then we will like order extra so that way we can eat it in a hotel. Plus the moving stuffs as well that we bought, which is including the boxes, the tape, the moving straps, and then blankets. Blankets are like expensive, especially like the real moving blankets.
Real moving blankets are crazy expensive. We bought a bunch of cheap fleece blankets at the store, and real moving blankets are like $20 a piece. I bought fleece blankets that were $7 a piece, and I was able to buy a whole bunch of them compared to regular moving blankets, so it worked out. They're smaller, but we could overlay them.
So with moving stuffs, we would say that we spent about like $600 or more.
We didn't even like keep up with that.
We didn't even keep up with like listing the stuff that we really bought.
As far as miscellaneous stuff goes, since it's a long trip and we're going to be driving there and back, I went ahead and got a new battery for my vehicle, for my truck, because the one that was in there was already going on 6 years old. That was about $250.
Oil change.
We got an oil change, and then also
New
headlights, just because we were already doing everything anyway. So I hadn't changed my headlights in like 8 years. They've been going strong for 8 years. I was like, this is gonna be
the time
it's gonna go bad. So we went ahead and changed them. That was like another $120.
So with that total for miscellaneous, I would say like around 500, maybe more.
500. Yeah. Okay, so basically the total breakdown is moving with our own trailer, which is me driving there and back, dropping off my car, and then when we finally left, putting our car in the back and then driving to Oklahoma. About $1,000 worth of gas. The total U-Haul cost about $6,000 when it all came down to it. Hotels in general, we're putting at about $1,000 for all the time off that all the nights that we had to stay in a hotel. Food about $400. Moving materials about $600. Miscellaneous stuff, it's about $500, just truck related, making sure everything's good to go.
Also the gas.
Yeah, the gas for I threw quite a bit of stuff away, but we had to drive
all the way to Sacramento
for a few things, and then also to the county dump. So we took multiple truckloads. Yeah, so like all around over a 3-month period, probably about $500 worth of gas. Getting the house ready to sell, so that involved a whole bunch of stuff, paying for certain inspections, getting we had a septic on our property, so getting the septic pumped, and just getting it all around.
Inspections.
Yeah, inspections, everything ready for it to get on the market was about $1,000, and then everything else, it was about over a 3-month period. I took off a lot of time for work. We said about 4 weeks, and then so the amount of money I missed out on working plus the overtime I would have been making kind of makes up the difference, plus or minus a little bit. So
it's a lot. Like, we didn't expect it to be this much, but
I mean, because it's all happening over a 3-month period, we're basically nickel and diming ourselves, so it's just a little bit every now and then.
We are in a time crunch that we have to like do it.
What we could have done is
just
sold get rid of everything. We would have saved ourselves, $10,000.
Yeah, maybe more.
And then if we bought a new house, that would be $10,000. We could
put on a new house,
like new furniture and stuff.
And we don't have to worry about like renting a U-Haul again and then like moving from state to another state, because we don't know if ever we're gonna be moving to Oklahoma, and most of our stuff is in Oklahoma. We did move our stuff in Oklahoma since he's a contractor. We don't know how long we're gonna stay here in North Carolina. It's safer for us to just move our stuff in Oklahoma, that way we're not like stuck here.
Yeah.
When your job ends.
Yeah, because if we moved everything here and then when this job ends, if they want to send me out of state, then like we have to move everything again. Yeah. So we decided just to
move it in Oklahoma, and his family can check out our stuff too, which is good.
Yeah, my family's there, so they can go check on the unit, make sure everything's okay.
Good.
So yeah, that was our whole thought process doing this. Could we have done some things differently?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
But we learned from this move, and we'll definitely be better on the next one.
Total amount of money involved would be about 15
grand. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's still stuff that
we didn't like include on this.
Yeah, and it's been almost 2 months now. Yeah, I haven't really thought about it.
I think that's it for today's video. Hopefully this gives you an idea if you are planning to move out of California. It's quite expensive if you are moving across the country, I guess.
Yeah, halfway across the country.
Halfway across the country, yeah. I think that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. See you on our next one. Bye bye.